Morning, YouTube. I know it's been a while, but I'm rearranging things, getting things ready for winter and things like that. And I just feel like always doing updates. I don't know, because I don't do really like care videos and things of that nature. Really, because I think everyone finds their own way to take care of their orchids, and mine is just my particular way. So that's why I really don't like to do care videos. But look at what I just see here now. This little Vanda here just fell out of its pot. But whatever. Anyways, this is gonna be a quick little update. I just got done renovating my space here for winter, and I'll just kind of go through and show what's in spike, what's in bloom, what's growing on, things of that. I have my little assistant down here, Pamela. So I gotta be careful where I'm stepping. She was driving me crazy inside the house, so I brought her out. But yeah, I guess I'll start down here at the far end and kind of show what's going on. So I have this Laelia, what is it? I think it's Tipo Dark. Its spike is still going. Hopefully we can get some buds in there soon. Encyclias, I mounted a lot of my orchids now. Like my encyclias, my denphals, and then my Laelias all got, they've been mounted for a while, but yeah. I traded some plants for this new Laelia cross. It's Laelia or LC Bori Albida Lady or Pink Lady. So that's coming along. It's getting roots and its pseudobulbs are fattening up. Like I said, a lot of my Laelias are in bloom. These are all Laelia anceps, but just different cultivars. I finally was able to get my hands on some big babies. My mother went down to Florida, so she got me Brassivola nodosa, not nodosa. What is it? Little Stars, I think it is. Yeah, Brassivola Little Stars. And I also got it says BL Yellow Bird. So it's Richard Mueller by Nodosa. So I got those two, plus some small little Cattleyas and some little Vandas she brought back for me. I wanted to see what the big deal about these big babies were, so I finally got my hands on some. She said she's gonna bring some more back. She's going back down there in November, that she might get some more for me. Of course, I'm paying for them, so. But oh, I also got a Roy Takanawa. So that was nice too. But then let me get it down. Let me see if I can't get it down. So the yellow bird has some new growths coming. There's 3 new growths. 1 by the zip tie and then 2 on this latest lead. So hopefully that will start coming along. Everything needs to get, it's really beyond watering day. So things are looking kind of dry. Like this dendrobium is all withered up, but it has 2 spikes, 1 there and 1 up at the top. And this, I don't know, I think it was supposed to be a spike, but then it turned into a kiki, but I don't see any roots, so see what's going on with that. Another little encyclia, my dendrobium Jasani, I think it's called. Dendrobium Johannes. It's coming along. It's kind of like a antelope dendrobium, but I think they call this one is it the chocolate dendrobium? Something like that. It has black flowers. Another Laelia here. Oh, this is Tipo Dark, and then the other one is Tipo Flare, the first one. That one has this spike here, but then it also has another one right there. This one kind of seemed like to stall. This one's pushing along. Here's one of the little Vandas that I got. It's Ascasenda miniatum by Oh, Ascacentrum miniatum by Ascacenda. Prowler. So that's like an orange Vanda. Hopefully like Rogers. I've always wanted one when I see his. And another little encyclia pushing along. Lots of roots coming out. Here's a no ID Denfal with a little spike on it. These Phalaenopsis. These are my only really surviving Phalaenopsis, and I got a few more. They were on sale for $1, the espresso, so I had to get them. But this one has 2 in there. I had these for about a year or so, and one pushed out a keiki or basil keiki, but I don't see any flower spikes, and I'm starting to get a little irritated. And I mean, the leaves are big, so I don't know if these are turning into full-size Phalaenopsis or what's going on, but we'll see. Let's see what else we got. Another Laelia. That one's pushing new growth. Where's the one? I think it's this one over here with this spike. This one had done absolutely nothing for like 2 years. Then it finally had pushed up this new growth and with this spike now, hopefully, and it's now starting to put roots down. So hopefully that will be coming along. So that's really good. I'm happy about that one, really. Oh no, she's over there eating dirt. Nice. This encyclia was doing really well. I really neglected all these orchids, and they actually did pretty well for me, except for maybe this dendrobium. But these bulbs they were like as skinny as my pinky, and now I've really started picking up watering, and they've plumped back up. These, when I first got them, were as big as an onion. So hopefully maybe I can get them to swell back up again. And then going down over here, my Sherry Baby, or I don't even know. Let me see what it is. It's not a Sherry Baby, because look at the flowers. The flowers look too red. Oh, that's what it is. That's Oncidium Heaven Sent Sweet Baby. That's why it's not a Sherry Baby. Because I always wonder, Sherry Babies get huge spikes too. This one's spikes always stay about 2 foot almost. But anyways, it has like 7 new growths. 5 of them are putting out spikes. So I have 5 spikes. One here, one back here, one here, and then down there. This one needs to get watered. Then I have this little Dendrobium nanochip that's got 12 spikes coming along on it. I absolutely, I think the confusion about these plants is that because these are Aussie dens, that when they get their dry winter rest, or their dry rest, that it's not during the winter. I'm not sure, I don't know, I don't live in Australia, but I would think that during the winter time they would have more favorable conditions for growth, whereas the summertime it gets hot and dry. And that's kind of how I did this one. I really didn't water it that much during the summertime, and as you can see, it's giving me a lot of spikes. I got like 12 on there. Then this is a recent eBay purchase. I had to get it. I was at the Wisconsin Orchid Show, and I seen one that it's at the Domes, had on display, and it's Dendrobium spectabile. This is Buenaventura. So hopefully we can get this thing. I mean, the one that was on display was huge. So hopefully I can get it big and give me them weird alien-like spikes. Then this is one of the bag babies. It'll be Roy Tokunawa by Little Atro. So it showed like a whitish flower. I don't know if this is a normal Roy Tokunawa kind of cross, if that's what that is, or if this is something different. I always liked the Roy Tokunawa because it was like a whitish flower, so we'll see how that goes. My little recovering zygo. which I'm kind of disappointed. I bought this off of eBay about a year ago. I'm not disappointed in the flower, but I'm disappointed because I was looking for an advanced Australia, which I like, and I don't believe this is. I believe this is a Louisendorf, because Louisendorf has the more purple petals like this. The advanced Australia has barring with the chartreuse or whatever you want to call it. So I think that one has been mislabeled and I didn't get what I really wanted, but either way, I do like the ring because I have one of those. Or the Louisendorf, I mean. And I have this one coming along. This one gave me the spike earlier. And here's my Zygopetalum Louisendorf. It's putting on a new growth there. I'll jump down here real quick. Here's another eBay thing. I think it had Fusarium. It's jumping jack. Hopefully we can get it to come along. It's kind of small. Hopefully it's gonna get more light now that I rearrange things, and hopefully we can get it growing. This is the Dragon Kitten Purr, I believe. Yeah. And it's got some new growths coming along. Waiting for flowers on it. Here's another no ID Denphal. I gotta mount it. I don't know where I'm really gonna hang it. It looks like my mounting area has already been clogged up, and a few more little no ID Denphals that I need to mount up. Here's my Miltonia, what is it? Yeah, Benotti by Miltonia Moto Grosso, Mexico. This is one of them that had 9 spikes. As you can see, the plant looks horrendous. I don't know what happened. Hopefully now that, I don't know, I rearrange things can change, but this plant looks actually absolutely horrendous. I'll put in a pop-up of what it looked like when it was in more of a full bloom than this sad display of spent spikes. And this is my other one. This is the Miltonia. It's like the same cross, but this one is called Tutti Frutti. Or Juicy Fruit, sorry, Tutti Frutti. Juicy Fruit. And it was a huge plant like this. I decided to split it and keep one piece. I have all my little splits of plants down there that I will be selling on eBay. The sad thing is the splits actually look nice and green compared to my plants. I don't know why, but yeah, this one also had 9 spikes on it too. So it was a really good year for them. Jumping back up to here, these are the only 2 Denphals that I'm going to keep potted. They have new growths coming along. I'm hoping that I'll get some flowers on them. I think these ones are purple. Then I have this one here. This is Alicera Hilo Ablaze. I think that's what it's called. Alicera. Oh, yeah. Alicera Hilo Ablaze Hilo Gold. HCC AOS. So I just joined my local, or the Wisconsin Orchid Society, and they had a little auction. So I picked this one up. I already have one of them, but it's not in spike. It did pretty good this year. It has 3 new growths on it, but I don't see any spikes, so you know, oh well. Then I have this one. I believe this is Rosy Charm. Rosy Sunset Specific Satin. Man, I need to learn my names. This one had 5 spikes. This is the last 2 remaining spikes. This one was weird. It like pushed up all the spikes. They were all like in like the little tiny immature buds. Like, I don't know if you can see like this little tiny like flower bud right there. And it just sat there for a while, and then one spike would open up, and then the next, and then the next, and then this one I finally got 2 spikes to come at the same time. So I decided to display it a little bit better. Here's my Pacific Bingo Wild Willy Pacific Bingo, and it's got a little spike coming here. And you know, it's kind of funny. this spike was just hidden, like just at the beginning of this morning, so it's already pushing. Everything needs to get watered here too. Just going crazy. Here's another, is this one? No, I got this from the Orchid show. This is a Wilsonara, or a Valeria, big shot, Hilo Sparkle, big white flowers, lemony scent. I get it more because of the lemony scent. I love lemony scented orchids. Then this one, the Wildcat. I think I've had this for 3 years now. I'm not sure, either 2 or 3 years. But it had pushed up a bunch of new growths, and I kept like saying, where are my flowers at? And now it's giving me these beautiful spikes. And you know how they say you buy an orchid at the store and you can never get it to rebloom, how they had it. And honestly, I'm really happy with this because they didn't have no branches on it, and now I have branches, so it's doing really well. The bulbs are good and plump. And this is Wildcat number 13. Then I have this, I don't know, I can't pronounce it, Oncidium Siku Marguerite number 1. That one has, I think, like 8 spikes on it, so it's doing pretty well. It's, the funny thing is too, I repotted this when, like, at the wrong time, because I had no other choice, and it was basically just sitting on top of the media, and then as it was just sitting there, it kind of started coming into spike a little bit and growing some roots. So I'm kind of lucky that that one is even doing what it's doing. Here's my other Hilo Ablaze, which it has a good root system, but it pushed up these twin new growths. Like, they both came out of the same thing, and I was kind of wondering if they're both going to mature or not, but they don't have a flower spike. And then this other one right here behind the tag, that's a new growth too, and there's no spike on that. So I guess one more year for it to acclimatize or settle down in my area, in my grow room, and we'll see what happens. Then this one I've had for a while. It is actually doing pretty well. It's got some roots. Everything needs to be watered in here. We're really dry. But it has a new growth there, and this newer growth, or some kind of growth, you know, who was I watching? Margaret East, I think she said, and she's peeking down into, was it her? No, I was watching somebody, and they're like, you always peek down into the leaves. I always call it peeking into the private spaces. But yeah, we're always looking for those spikes. Here's my Cochleata Hula Volcano Queen. This one, I believe, had Fusarium, but it looks like it's finally cured. The new growths are actually maturing and getting some bulbs. I have some divisions down on the bottom there too that are actually looking better. So they're pumping up more. Here's a cherry. Is this Heaven Sent Redolescence? I divided that. That gave me 2 spikes on a new growth. I actually gave it to the guy who I traded for the LC. I honestly, I wasn't really expecting any orchids back. The guy wanted some orchids. He contacted me. He got one of my Dendrobium nobilis from my Love Memory Fizz, and then I gave him one of these because he was talking about he was looking for fragrant orchids. So I gave him the division of this, and he gave me the Laelia. So that was nice. This is a no ID Brassia. Hopefully now it's starting to plump up and give me some growth. Hopefully that will come along and start to produce some things. Here is my Stanorhynchus. I don't know, I've had this for too long. I think like 3 or 4 years now, and it's just almost like in the same position where it was. It just keeps elongating its stem and sending out more leaves. It's supposed to be a red flower, so we'll see what that does. Here is my what is this? It's a ontodontal thing. It's Leucostera Melissa Briani Dark. That one's doing pretty good. It's giving out new roots. It's got a bunch of roots and new growths. It's doing good. Here's really another spike. So here's a little Miltoniopsis that's doing okay. It has 3 spikes on it, but I clipped 2 off. Now another one has just pushed up. I'm trying to, on this little tiny growth here, I'm trying to give that plant some energy, but it just seems like it wants to flower. So hopefully we can get them going again. This is a new one that I just got here. This is Andrea West. It's a yellowish, creamy kind of Miltoniopsis. I have these potted up in sphagnum with perlite. I keep them sitting, they love it. They keep them sitting in water. I don't know what's going on with this. This might got fusarium somehow, so I'm gonna do another fungicide treatment. I just did a pest treatment, so when I show you my other side of my thing, everything's gonna be kind of covered in white. But yeah, this is another Miltoniopsis. It's doing pretty well. This one too. My Miltoniopsis, let me see, I had 2 spikes on one, and I think I had another 2 spikes on the other here. So they did pretty good for me this year. Sorry, I'm kind of cramped in here if you're getting all these close-ups. And then I got this, what is this called? I don't even know why I don't know why I don't have a tag in here. But this is my the Rodden Jester Rasioglossum. So that one's doing pretty good. I have my little Dendrobium Springbird Kurashiki. I kept wondering, like, how is this plant? This plant was like 6 times bigger than this, and I had divided it, and I kept wondering, like, why can't I ever see any roots for a plant so big? Where are the roots? There was never roots in the pot. So it got dumped out one day, and I finally found the reason. There was 2 little bush snails in there. I never had snails in my thing, in any of my plants before, but this one has had it. So now I completely divided it, dissected it, got everything old and dead off of it, and now hopefully we can get it to come back and do something for us this following season, because it did a really nice show, this last one. And here is my Oncidium Tiger Crow Golden Girl that I believe had fusarium when I purchased it. I knew it had fusarium from what it looked like, but I said I love this variety, so I'm still gonna get it. And it pushed up this bulb, it flowered, pushed up this bulb, and it's fattening, and now it's got a little new growth in there. So hopefully it's gonna come along. My 2 big Phragmipediums there. I just repotted them yesterday. They just to refresh the medium, rinse it out, trim up the old dead stuff. I know I had repotted them earlier in the season, but they already grew and filled up some, space, so they needed to be checked in again. So hopefully I'll get some flowers in the next few months from them. Then I'll go over here to my paths. This is Path Temptation. I wish they would have what it is, like what the cross is. I believe it's got to be some kind of Philippinense cross because it has long brown sepals that are Sanderianum, I believe it's called. They're doing really well. You can see the roots, tons of roots growing. And like I said, normally I don't keep my plants this dry, but since I was moving things around, I've dumped the water out and things like that, so And then this is Pathlowia, I believe. Yeah. It's got some roots in the pot too, doing really well. I believe this was a single, maybe 2-stem. Maybe I don't even know what it was when I got. I think it was just one, which rotted off. Not rotted off, but it died back. And it sent up this one. And then the rhizome pushed out this growth, and this growth pushed out that. So now I have 3. It would be great if all these would bloom at the same time. So something similar to like this happened. Like here's the old parent plant, and I clip it down to the base, and then it always seems to stimulate side branches. This is Rothschildianum, I believe it's called. That's not looking too hot. Before I break it off in front of you guys, I'll just leave it alone and come back to it. But it's got a few growths coming, and yeah, it's Rothschildianum. And that's got some roots growing too. And this is my Stony Eye, which it's not really doing terribly great, but it's not doing bad. It does have a few roots coming down into the pot now, so hopefully we can get that moving along. I used to have that big rack here in this space with all these other oncidiums and stuff on it and cattleyas, so I decided that I was going to take that down to let some more light in and put these over here, so hopefully they can actually get more light, and maybe they'll start to, I don't know, like I'll say activate a little bit more. Then I have this big I think it's QF John Fields or something like that. Tons of growth on it, but I had a fair amount of growth when I purchased it, so hopefully we can get it to flower now for us. Here is my what was this one? Peruvia Spirit. That one's coming along good. Hopefully we can get a flower. Everything, like I said, everything needs to be watered, so it's kind of floppy. This is a recent one. This is my new Fritz Schomburg. Sorry. This is the Fritz Schomburg. It's actually adapting now to the semi-hydro. It's putting out some new roots. Here's a division of my Schroederei frags, the big ones. Then I got my little green hornet here in bloom. It's pushing out. Just pull it out here. I gotta come up with a new system. I don't like this top bar thing, so this will be changed too in a little bit. But I mean, look at the roots. Lovely. So that's that. Hopefully it'll push out a few more spikes. Here's my what is this one called? Is that a spike? No. Sorcerer's Apprentice. Then I have a Beth Eva, which is a caudatum cross with Piercy, I believe. This one is Patty McHale. I just got this one recently at the Orchid Society. That's coming along. Here's my Schlimmii, which is doing really well this year. Hopefully we'll get some flowers. Let me see, what is this one? Oh, this is my Eric Young. Yeah, this is from the Equigenera. It's still coming along. Here's my Eumelia RS. That's coming along. Then I have another little no ID Paphiopedilum. My Paphiopedilum barbatum, which is really odd. Like, it's growing these skinny little growths like this. So I don't know what's going on with that. And then here are a few more recent eBay purchases, which is Acker's Trinket by Dick Clemens, and then this one is the Ink and Fire, so Andean Fire by Bessier. This one is Ruby Cascade, which is Andean Fire by Wallisii. So hopefully the petals will be kind of long. And this is a Wallisii, I believe. Yeah, by Warzawiskianum. So this one was a seedling or something. Hopefully we can get it growing on. And then my real joys of the ones that I got from the Orchid Society. This is a Kavakii cross. So they're kind of darker like that. Let me see if I can get the tag. So it's Phragmipedium QF Nakano Kaloa, I believe, by Nicole Tower. And that one's coming along. It came with a spike, but it had the spikes pushed on and now they're blooming out. And then this one I really am enjoying because it's kind of like a Sorcerer's Apprentice, where it's like a multifloral with branches. So this is Phragmipedium Rokier. Hopefully they'll bush up and we'll get some nice specimen-sized plants. Specimen-sized plants, sorry. Then I put all my Cattleyas hanging on this wall here. There are lots of new growths. This one is my one that I don't know what's up with it, but it always gives me these little tiny buds that look like they're kind of opening, and then they blast. And as you can see by the wrinkled leaves, I'm withholding water because they say that you need to abuse these a little bit to make them flower, which since I've been not watering, they push their spikes out. But maybe I should start watering them again. I don't know. But I noticed that every time I water this one, then before, like last season, the buds would definitely blast. So I don't know what's going on with that one. Here is my Laelia gloriosa, synonym Chamborkia crispa. It has a spike on it. Tons of roots too. Can you see in the pot there? So that's finally, that one did absolutely nothing for a long time. And now finally it's coming into its own. This was a new acquisition too from the Orchid Society, the Orchid Show. And you know what? It was a beautiful Cattleya, and it had two leads on it. But of course, me being a bonehead, I put it in too direct of light, and I burnt up the leads. The one lead still there to the left there, at least I believe has an eye on the opposite side, but the main lead right here where you see all this brown and black disgustingness had 3 new leads coming off of it. So that would have been amazing. But of course, you know, I really jacked that up for myself. And that was a yellow flower with a red lip. And then this is my other one. Oh my God, I can't even believe I did this. But I don't know. I'll be lucky I see new roots popping out of the roots. So maybe that is something promising, but I don't know where any eyes are. So now I have this shade, really. I'll set it on the ground. So then I put up this shade cloth but this drape to shade the plants a little bit. What is this one? This one is LC Pure Spirit or Pure Soul. Lots of new growths. This old sheath, but nothing's really coming of it. My Alvanagara Apple Blossom is actually pushing up some new growths now. But I think that's partly because this new growth here I was moving some plants around, and the pot of another plant like just tapped the end of this. It had a sheath, and the whole top part of the pseudobulb came off. So you know, I lost that one, but luckily I have this new growth here. It does have what looks to be a sheath in there, so maybe I'll get at least one spike. But on the one that I knocked, the new growth is already coming out, and there's new roots on the other one coming out. So hopefully something promising happens with that. And sorry about the lighting, but there's really nothing I can do about it. It's kind of a dreary day out. So this one is just giving me new growth. I think that's Kamiana or Ludamania. Then here is Taylor Gillis, or yeah, it's gonna be, let me see if I can go this way. I got a bud finally, so see what's going on with that. And then here's one of the little bag babies, got a new growth there. Here's the other one, another little new growth there. And this big Xingfang 10-foot long name ain't not doing too much, just maturing its growth. We'll see what happens with that. Let's see what else. I guess another little exciting bit here is my Fred Clark Yara After Dark has 2 spikes on it, and I'm trying to keep them from blasting this year. So it looks like they're coming along pretty good. I'm not watering or doing anything with them, just slightly misting them. But yeah, that's coming along. And then my Millennium Magic is doing absolutely nothing, which honestly, the growth on these was pretty sad this year. Both of them didn't even reach the size of the other bulb, and this one has got some rot or something going on. So I'm gonna, once this is done flowering, I'm gonna take it apart, divide it up, and see if I can't get the plant to actually sit in the pot more, and go from there. And then look at the person who said they'll never get Vandas. Anyways, the only reason why I got them is because I got them on discount from the store. I think I paid $3 for these 3 here, and these were $8 each. But this one is still sad a little bit, and I don't know what's going on. This is like a Rananthera almost, I think. So I don't know. It's not really producing any roots. I'm gonna try and bring it back. This one has some new root tips coming, so it's starting to perk up a little bit. This one has been neglected, but it's coming back. I'm starting to dunk them more. This one here is really doing pretty well. Hopefully maybe I can get some flowers on this. It's got all these root tips coming, so we'll see what we can do with that. That one there has one big fat root coming out, and I don't know. The bottom leaves, maybe they don't like the light, but we'll see. Neophanetias. This one's coming along. My Telumnia is starting to look a little better. Here's my other Neo. This one just doesn't seem like it wants to grow. This is a Lucineri that just keeps bushing up. Here's my other one that was blooming earlier this year. It has 2 new spikes on it, so that will be in bloom soon. And here's my other little Vanda that I got from as a bag baby, and look at what it's doing. 2 leaves already fell off now. I don't know, maybe it's currently 82 in here, and the lowest it goes is really 69. So I don't know what its problem is, but maybe it'll just be garbage soon. Then I got this Neo from the Orchid Society. I think I paid $5 for this, so it was their orchid auction. My Grammatophyllums. This one is the Elegans. Put on a nice bulb this year. It's still going. My Scriptum down there is still still coming along. I divided that one and kept a little piece for myself, so hopefully we can get it to move along and do something. But now I'm going to show you my I have a few orchids over here. Oops. But generally this is my non-orchid side. So I have some bamboo or wisteria on top of that empty pot, which is actually lily bulbs. Hopefully they'll come up soon. Some roses sharing. The plant with the owl in it is dahlia. Then my roses here, giving me one bud. As you can see, it's got all this white stuff from that killer stuff on there, the bug killer. My vanilla orchid, it's growing. My cannas are putting out some flowers. Here's my other little phals. My other little sad phals that I'm abusing, but they're coming back. This is what happened. I actually put them in these things so I could keep them inside the house, so the semi-hydro at least looks semi-decorative. And I actually didn't have any water or anything in them, but they still got crown rot. So all the phals that I had went in these little bulbs like this that I made, and these are the only two that survived. So I don't know what happened with them, why I think they were just so happy out here because they got the light, the moisture, the humidity, the heat, that when I took them inside, even though it's just right on the other side of this wall, I had some little hooks hanging them so they could still be in the window. They didn't like it, and I really didn't have air. The lowest I go in my house is 70 degrees. I do not like to be cold myself, so I don't know why they died, besides from the crown rot, but I don't know why they got the crown rot. Here's my lemon plant, Meyer lemon, got on a discount. Things were going on sale here. This looks horrible, all this white. My ficus bonsai, both of them. Got some little roses here, mini roses. My strawberries up there. Hibiscus. Here's one other orchid too. I have a Beleta, I believe it's called. My hydrangeas, some are coming into flower. I have a little kumquat, which is actually producing some flowers there. And what is that one? This one is blood orange. So that one is Meyer lemon, this one's blood orange, and then the other one is a kumquat. My insulin plant, doing really well. My little wisteria bonsai, coming back out into leaf again. And then my big old dendrobium here, with its 29 new growths for this season, is doing well, and I think I should water it a little bit, but I'm really gonna neglect this one this winter so that I can't see if I can't get a mass blooming on this. So I'm not gonna cool it down. It's not gonna get the cold temperatures. I find that I don't necessarily need to give them cold temperatures. It just needs to be dried out. So that's what it's gonna kind of get this year. And that's pretty much ends the whole tour. I mean, I put up my little sprinkler system here now. I have my heater already going. I have my fan on. I always have a fan in here. But yeah, I'm kind of ready for winter now. So hopefully we can continue moving these things along. So, all right. Oh, I just want to say thanks to all the new subscribers. I'm over 300. Woo! But yeah, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the people who like my videos, share them. Yeah, hoping to see more people's videos too. Always watching Margaret and Roger, and you know, them are kind of my favorites. You know, and it's funny because I don't do repotting videos, but I always, even though I have them and I have my own way, I always love to watch repotting videos. But yeah, so I guess I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching, like I said, and see you soon. Bye.